Well, hey, everybody. We're live. It's Wednesday. It's 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. And I hope my microphone is working good and the light looks good. This is from my bicycle ride today. I I said bicycle ride. This is from my walk. The actual bicycle ride would be back here. Let me see if I can pull it up. Yeah, this is from my walk. I walked around town, seen a lot of things, made a few videos, took a lot of pictures. It's something I like to do when the weather gets pretty, and it was definitely pretty today. So I figured out a way to show you my walk around, and maybe it's entertaining. What the whole screen blinked off by the time I'm trying to do something. Let me do this real quick. All right, this is out towards Green Bridge. If you know where that is, you'll be in control of where I'm at. I'm gonna thumb through these pictures kind of quick. Let me see if I can make that. Oh, screen. Yep, they had to tear out the road to get the bridge in, and they're mostly working on the opposite side of the bridge with their job site location, and so people can drive around. It's just going to be not easy for them to do that if it rains. So basically, the road is closed. And ain't that a beautiful bridge? Look at that. Ain't that pretty? You can see that there's a curve in the bridge. And I could clearly see that from this elevation, that elevation, and it gets gradually higher. It's called super. It has super elevation in it. That's so if people are going around that curve certain amount of miles per hour, they won't lose control. But yeah, on ice and things like that, they'll probably have to send a truck out there and de-ice it on those days. It's not very many days that we have those types of icing weather things. It happens, but it's not all the time. Wonder why I'm getting a spinny wheel like that. Something tells me it ain't moving quick enough. Hmm. Okay. Well, yeah, you can see it now, the width of the bridge. Of course, they're just at the beginning of getting this curvy place in. And that's the old bridge. See where my cursor is right here? That's the old pylons, and that's the buttress right there of the old one. That's exactly where the old one is. So you can kind of see how far apart they are. And that's the rebar they're using. It's coated rebar, which is a good thing. 100 years from now, it still shouldn't be rusty. And that's looking back at the exit, leaving the bridge and going back to Riverside Road. If you're going to go to the right, that'll get you to Ozark. And either way will get you to Ozark. But if you go towards the left, you go up a really big hill. Now that's where you can see how close they are to the water. Now, if we don't get no rain, they got absolutely no problem. But if it gets some rain, they've got a huge crane down there on the water level. And I think everybody knows how fast the water can come up because you can go to Pond Bridge and you can see it come up almost the last time it rained real hard, it come up to Ozark Mills floodgate doors, lapping at the very bottom of them. And I don't think it rained a whole lot. It just was a pour down for quite a few hours. And If it's north of us, that's where we get the floodplain. So hopefully it won't. Now you can see the black tower crane. I mean, it's a like a crane. It's not a tower crane, but it's a huge piece of equipment. You can see the water level. The problem is that in this area right here, it could shoot up and put all that underwater. But I haven't looked and see how bad it's going to rain. Hopefully they'll have time to walk it out. I believe that is like a walkway they got there. And then they got that one right there, that type of crane. That's a hydraulic lifting crane. And this is cable driven. But it's a beautiful bridge and it's going to be mighty fine. Sapp and Sons are the ones that did Jackson Street here in Ozark, Missouri, and they're the ones that got the contract for the bridge. That stands for Emery Sapp and they call it Sapp and Sons, but it's Emery Sapp and Sons. That's their logo. That just showing you that all the dirt work they got to do to get the road tied. They want it to be safe for people when they're going out, so they don't have no so-called T-bone accidents. You'll be able to either go to the right or go to the left safely. We'll see. And that's for the manholes they got there. And they got that rock for that type of irrigation system so they can keep the water flowing even during rain. The spinning wheel thing, now there's your little box right there, and those tops go on top of that with a little manhole in there. But yeah, that's looking back at the bridge. A lot of that dirt is put there for future grading. And that's where it comes out, and that's the neighbor's fence right there that they've got to put back to original. That's going to be interesting to see that. So he's going to be right at the edge of the road. Little debris. I was wondering why they left that there, but I guess they'll get it. And then we got this dead tree, and nobody is going to take it down. They just don't do that. But the thing to do was before you finish that job, y'all take that dang tree down. That ain't nothing but a willow maker. You know what I'm saying? The wind blows. Next thing you do, it'll blow on a car, knock your whole limb off. Yeah, y'all take that thing down. That's pretty bad. Somebody needs to take it down. It's on the right of way, so that tells you who needs to take it down. Come on, jump ahead, jump ahead. Crazy thing. Look at all that debris back over there. I don't know where that come from. And there's my bicycle. And that's the road. That's the way it was laid down. Road closed through traffic. And I parked my bike right there. But yeah, that's. Well, I want to show you where I'm at. This is what's left of the road. They stripped it all up, moved a lot of dirt. Yeah, they moved a lot of dirt. Then over here, and now they got all this. So this is going to be one big mess until they asphalt this thing. See, literally, a car can get through here, just go right through there, and you got, access through. But if you come through there and the sign's up, that means the road's closed. So you don't want to go there when it's raining because that is just pure mud. But I thought I'd show you that. She had to turn around because that's a pretty car.
No need to, I told her she was in a pickup truck, she could blast on through here. All right, I'm gonna walk over that way and see what I can see.
Yeah, she was in a pickup. She could drive through.
Look at him. He's going to the house. That must be the owner. The owner of the property. Are he going to turn around? Huh.
I didn't see it, but he pulled up to his call box.
Well, that's a mystery.
That's his call box right there.
Ain't that something? He might be checking his mail.
Well, he's the one that said that. Let me get to the next one. Hang on.
Well,
He's the one that told everybody at the board meetings and county board meetings and everything. He said that the Riverside Bridge has turned into a racetrack. My God, they are flying across Riverside Bridge, and they go right into Ozark, and they don't slow down, even though they get on that small 2-lane road. But that's what he's wanting it not to turn into here. So time will tell how fast they go down this road.
I wish you'd look at what all they got done. The old bridge is out, and they're putting a new one in. Now this is Sapp and Sons doing the construction to this. All right. This gives me a project to watch them build it. Look at that.
Just look at that. Ain't that beautiful?
Well, look, you can see from one end of the bridge to the other end. And they got some people, they're tightening the boats on the steel. Look how far away they are.
You see all these studs here? They called Nelson studs. And that's what actually is the enforcement for the concrete road deck. And there are just plenty of them. Can you count them all? There's huge numbers.
Yeah. That's going to be a big road, a big bridge for a little road. It ain't going to have no bicycle path. You just have to ride with the flow. And that's a good thing. I can do it, not a problem. And other people, they'll learn how to do it. But yeah, I wanted to show you this. This is the first time I've been over here since before the construction. I don't know when my last bridge making video was.
Yeah, what I was saying is that they're gonna not have a bike lane. In other words, you got to ride on the bridge with the cars, and that's a good reason to make sure that there's plenty of sign warninges telling people to slow down on the bridge. I don't know how y'all can coordinate that, but it needs to be coordinated.
Well, you can hear them nailing and knocking and tightening up the boats over there. Look how sharp that curve is. Boy, I tell you what, I hope people learn to drive slow around it and not be making this into a racetrack.
Racetrack.
Ain't no, I guess there is a little bit of super. You can see the difference in the elevation going that way. Yeah. Look at that. Look at all what you can see all over there. That's their laydown yard over there. And this is their laydown yard over here, so they don't have to tote things too far. Work it in like that. All right. Thought I'd show you that while we had a chance. I got me a project, be videotaping it all summer long. And then I'll ride across it when it's done. This is the new green bridge. You see that old piece of mess over there? That's the old bridge. I wonder, did they salvage it or save it? I hadn't talked to nobody lately. All right, y'all have a wonderful day. I'm gonna get gone.
Yeah, I hadn't talked to anybody about it. Did they salvage the old bridge or not? But I'll get with the more. All right, this is the park over here. That's Finley Farms back over that direction. To the left is the library. You see that crossing right there? That's giving them a heads up, and see it's got a solar panel on it, and it works 24 hours a day, and it just is real good to let people know they speeding. It's this was getting a lot of speeding tickets, and I tied to the other ones up there by the school
All
later.
right, we need one of these signs over there by the junior high school. Put it down the street just a little bit towards the come and go. And I'd prefer if it be up like ASAP. Thank you very much. Well, I wish you'd look at the graffiti-free paint on it. No graffiti, that's good. All the way around, they got good coat on it, a good coating. Yep. And that takes us to Garrison Springs eventually. But that's in the works. All right, I'm doing my graffiti check. I got somebody, the one by the tennis courts, it's clean, it looks great. I got to go to the one in front of the OC, Ozark Community Center, check it out, let you know what I think about it. Well, you can see where I'm at. This takes you to the OC. Chadwick Flying Trail was a railroad track thing. It didn't go under here, of course. See that embankment? It lines up with that trail. Nothing's left of it. Just that one piece where it's a piece of end of a bridge trestle. Let me say this real quick. I'm out of breath. First ride, god dang it, out of breath. I got video of this the day after they sprayed it, and they sprayed cobwebs. Had drops of paint on it. This is going to end up not working as good as they thought. You got to put a really good coat on this stuff. All right.
Well, if they had power washed it the correct way, it wouldn't have had cobwebs for the time they put in the graffiti-free paint on there. I mean, some things like this, they take shortcuts. And this is one of them that I tried to bring to their attention before they ever even started using the graffiti-free paint. I'm just glad they're using graffiti-free paint. That keeps the little badass kids from painting on it. You wouldn't believe the crap they had on on these walls until they fixed this thing. And we got to keep that education going with the school system and let them every so often just blast it out to the kids and tell them, come up with a creative way to tell them don't do no artwork on anything in Ozark, Missouri. Ozark, Missouri is graffiti free, and let's keep it that way. All right, that's over. Let me look at this next one and show you what I'm talking about. All right, this is from my walk today. These are pictures. I want to just kind of thumb through them a little bit and show you. Got a light blinking. Hang on. I didn't know. I gotta get me a better light. That light all of a sudden just started blinking. That's crazy. Is it still doing it? Dadgummit is blinking. Hang on. Quit blinking. I cut it down a little bit and see if it quits blinking. All right, let's get through these pictures. This is a beautiful day. I'm on 3rd Street. I'm up the hill pretty good ways. I want you to just look how deep it drops down into the valley. Ain't that beautiful? Look at that. Just look at that. All these telephone poles. Man, if people knew what I know now, they would have put every bit of this underground. See that transformer? See all that? That is ugly. If you design a city right, and really knew what you wanted a future for a city to be around 200 years in the future, you'd have put all of that underground. And don't say you can't do it. I seen them do it in Ecuador, and yeah, downtown there as you getting into downtown and even a mile away from downtown in Cuenca, Ecuador, everything is underground, and they don't have no harsh winters. We have harsh winters, and look at all. It's just everywhere you look. Uh, that's just one of my little pet peeves. Oh, they got them a new store, the Rusky Basket. I didn't get a real good picture of that, did I? Dadgummit. Let me see if I can zoom in on it. Yeah, I can a little bit, but you can't see it because of my dang head. Look at that. I can't move it around either. Ah, yeah. Let me see if I can zoom in on that one, just like that. Ah, it ain't clear enough. All right. This is just me showing us some stores, some new businesses. I'm a Google guide for this area, so I actually will tie everything into Google Guide and this date and even talk about that new building and existing businesses. I just put something so people can see a current view of it. It's just something I do for a hobby. Being a Google Guide, it over time it gets people exposed to my YouTube channel and my other social media. But that's the overhead sign. Now that's the building where they're gonna put that rusty, so-called rusty thing. Let me see what that said. I think it says rusty basket, antique, and one of them fancy words. Like I can't even pronounce it. Well, that's what they got going on. All right, get back through there. Yep, that's where that panda is. That's the panda business. I had a better picture of that panda. Let me look at it. There it is. The purple panda. Look at that. I'm gonna do this zoom in thing again. Yeah, there it is. Look at that. Ain't that pretty? Pretty colors. Look. Oh, I'm full screen. Hmm. All right. That's looking back up to school. That's the junior high school right there. And back there, right in that line there, you can see that is the high school. It all pours out right there on Jackson Street. And if it's coming not from that direction, you got two schools now. No, three. Three, because the one down at the end of Jackson, right across from KFC church, KFC chicken. It used to be, I could say it was by the Burger King, but I can't say that no more. Because the Burger King job is held up because of bad concrete. Gonna wait, have 4 or 5 weeks of beautiful weather. Could have poured that foundation and got in and out of there. But the day they picked the port was the very day that the temperature dropped to 20 degrees, and for 5 days it did not come back up. They poured that whole footer in one day, and didn't nobody take in consideration the temperature. That was what I did for a living. I was a quality control uh, field engineer, and I was responsible for weather reports for huge concrete pours. I was the one that told them don't pour, and I told them you could pour based on the weather reports and what I had, the best knowledge I had from, knowing a little bit about how to predict weather. But no, these people, they went on and they poured that thing. and every bit of that concrete fell. So if you're wondering why Burger King is not going to be selling no burgers anytime soon, it's because they got to rip all that bad concrete out, refoundation it, and then dig the foundation back out to pour the concrete. Or they could just use forms and do it the best way, quickest way they can. Because at this point, somebody's in financial trouble. Oh yeah, this is the if you see these things and you catch anybody like pouring oil down our sewer systems, don't do that. Don't do that. Look at I just thought that was pretty. I've seen other ones around town, but I thought that one was really pretty. So I took a picture of it. Look at that. That's the caboose. I love my caboose. I grew up with a caboose like that in Greenwood, Mississippi. And yeah, we literally could get inside it and play in it and all kinds of things. You can't get inside of this one. They got it shut down where you can't get in it. But yeah, that thing is really really nice. It's fading, but that's okay. And that's me. And this is Jim Turner. This is in memory of Jim Turner. I took this picture to show people that yeah, if we're going to get some faces of people, we need to get them where the weather don't bother them. So it's just something I thought I'd bring up. Oh, they got the pretty sign up. Look at that. Ain't that pretty? This is giving the people a idea when they come down into Finley Farms. They have to cross that one lane bridge, and this is what they see going out. So it points them up to the historical square. So hopefully they'll go up there and spend some money. At least that's the thinking. But ain't that pretty? That picture right there turned out really nice. I like that. And this is the Pond Bridge Dam. And of course, that is where people go to the park and fish right off that little pier. You look, the water's pretty low because normally it's even up higher. Right, you see his feet. Sometimes it's just a little bit below his feet, but right now it's pretty low. Oh, look! I took me a picture of these pigeons. These are white and black pigeons. They so pretty, and they make a cooing sound. I couldn't get the audio, but I got some pictures. I got a little bit of video, but ain't they pretty? They live under that bridge. Now this is Finley Farms, and yes, it's meant to look old. They tore that whole thing down and rebuilt it. It's got thick insulated, professional insulation all through it and everything. So it's easy for him to heat and cool it. But don't it look at those windows? Don't that look? Where'd I go? How did I jump back out of there? Oh, I can't zoom in. Let me do this. I'm going to zoom in on these windows and show you something. It looks like that window is broke, but it's not. It just looks that way. Ain't that pretty? Now, this is the house they call the tea room. I don't have the official name of it, but evidently it's not open yet. So until we know it's open, it's not open. Now, this is going to be interesting when they get this done. This is tied to Finley Farms, and this is going to be a paddleboard rental. That hopefully they'll have a better looking facade once they get everything done. But I thought they would be online for this summer, and they don't look like they're getting ready to rent any paddle boards anytime soon. We'll see. We'll stay tuned to that story and see how it comes because this is the way I ride my bicycle. I keep up with Finley Farms pretty good. Some people say I kept up with it a little too good. There's a whole nother story about how me and Johnny used to be like this. We were real tight. Now we're like way out here. Let's say he didn't take my well, I haven't talked to him. I've asked to interview him, and but Who am I to interview Johnny Morris? I'm going to tell you this fun fact about Johnny Morris. When I moved here, and way before COVID, I looked him up to just see, how he made his money, and oh, ain't that beautiful? Beautiful. And yeah, so I know 8 years ago he was worth 2 billion. After COVID, I want you to do Johnny Morris Network in Google, and yeah, get ready to be shocked. He's worth like 6 or 7 billion now. Somebody's been selling a lot of survival food and bullets. There's a guy running up the hill. Look at that. Ain't that a pretty picture? Beautiful. Literally moved it and put it out of its footprint and put it in the road that's running right across there and put it right back in his footprint. Ain't that beautiful the way it frames the caboose? That's the back side of the tea room. I didn't really get a good picture of the parking lot, but now this is looking over towards the workshop, and you can see there's all of the fruit trees are bare right now. Hopefully they'll do real good and they won't get a freeze on them. And this year they might produce. I don't know. It may take another couple of years for it to really produce. But yeah, that's the orchard. And this was a highway. How did he say it? This is where the state highway department kept chemicals in here that they did with the asphalt and the road pavement. But that's what this whole piece of property was for years and years. The workshop was a flower. Yeah, they had flowers shop like a florist, and that was their thing. But I thought I'd take a picture of that. Look at that. Ain't that beautiful? Darn camera takes a good picture for what it is. Beautiful. Now I think this is where I got a pickup truck coming across the road. Yep, that's a beautiful shot. Now you'll find these photos. All these photos will be on Google Map, and when I upload them, they'll have um, links that actually are for Google Guides, and that's what I do. I'm a Google Guide. Now, ain't that a beautiful green pickup truck? Look at that, and got a puppy in the window. Look at him. That is beautiful. I can't remember the name he told me about this green, but I want to show you something. That green is interesting. But that is a beautiful truck. He said that was a '66 Chevrolet, and he's got a big motor in it, and he's got it tuned really nice. Look at that. That's a pretty picture. If the bus hadn't have been there, and that's the come and go market, and that's looking down the street. There's Finley Farms sign, and that's the gas prices. Trump, what the hell's wrong with the gas prices? They're too high. Look at the traffic, people. Look at it. We've got so many buses that run that's got no children on them because everybody wants to ride with their cars and their mamas and daddies pick them up, and it's just one damn 35-mile-an-hour speed zone. Look at that. Let me back that up. All right, we got this sign. Does that green color remind you of something? It reminds me of that truck. I got a better picture of that too later. Now look, 35. This is in front of the come and go. Speed limit 35. Where is school zone? Where's a sign that says school zone? We're over at the library. We got this thing that's telling people what their speed is. Come on, people. Y'all put that over here where these people need not to be giving all these tickets out. They're writing tickets left and right. This is turning into a speed trap, and that we don't want no bad reputation about these people speeding up and down Jackson Street. Give them warnings, or put the signs up that says it's a school zone. That'll trigger mentally. It'll trigger to them. Oh, they're going to be monitoring us. Don't make it a money trap. Help people. You're going to wish you'd help them in the grid down situation instead of hurting them. Done been down that road trying to talk to y'all about it. All right, that's a beautiful picture right there with that house up there on the hill. That house is over 100 years old, and it's just a landmark. Look at that. Ain't that beautiful? And that's the ball field, and that's their sign. And look at that. Beautiful, and that's where all the traffic comes out from the high school and from the junior high. They got junior high children driving where I'm at. We get the spinning wheel of death.
Well, this says dead end, and you can see. Well, I wish you'd look. They got the asphalt right up to the top of the manhole cover. Still just a little bit, but it's way better. It was sticking down. I mean, had about like an inch and a half.
It was so bad that these little cars, you know how they lower the car? I was riding my bicycle. I'm up the road. I'm up here. I'm riding towards the top of the hill, and I hear a clunk sound. And I look back, and this guy, he's pulled over. He hit the thing. And like I said, it was up that high, and it's taken them. They must have did that over this winter because it took them 2 years to do it. But thank you for doing that, city. I really appreciate y'all. I gotta hit the play button. Gummit. You crazy thing. Play.
Where cars with low riders could run into it. But I'm glad to see that fixed. I'm at my halfway point for 3 miles, so that's me making it up to the hill to that manhole. I have to do that when I'm.
Now that's me starting off, and that's me not on a bicycle. That's walking. Give me another week and a half, 2 weeks. I'll be running up that hill and getting in really good shape because that's a big ass hill.
Starting off, cause yeah, I'm just starting back walking up this big hill, but later I'll go all the way to the top to the come and go. But I wish you'd look at them red signs all the way down there. Let me see where it's zoom in. Well, I can't show you until I get all the way down there. But yeah, they cut the road off and got it with it's non-pervious soil, and they got some kind of grass they planted, but it ain't coming up like that. It's gonna have to be resodded or something. But they need a sidewalk. When I get down there, I'll show you what I'm talking about. It's a safety hazard.
That's just looking out across some B-roll footage. Yeah, for you young kids thinking about becoming a YouTuber, that's called B-roll. I keep talking to these kids. I start a YouTube channel.
Well, this says dead end, and you can see right there, they've cut the road out, and that's that impervious soil they got right there. Yeah. So you can see where I'm standing, and you can see right here, they have to go that way. All right.
Now either that's not an undercover cop or he's bought this thing, but it's brand new looking. So I'm a little confused. At one time, they had a lot of unmarked cars, and I thought we solved that problem. But that's the reason I caught a video of it, just to remind myself how many unmarked cars there are. The reason I brought it up was because Mississippi law that had just a limited number of unmarked cars for investigators type people. But we need to be able to see where the police are when the police are. It's just a freedom of speech thing. Don't take. I'm zoomed in too tight on that. These are all. Look rusty. Oh, there's the pigeons. Okay, far out. You got some flags. You can tell what I think one of them's a Trump flag and one of them's a smiley face. See all kinds if you get your ass outside. Look at the green truck.
Look at that truck! Would you just look at it? Damn!
Ain't that pretty?
A 66.
Yeah,
Oh man, it looks brand new.
well, we're kind of proud of it.
What color do you call that?
It's supposed to be gecko green, is what they call it. I think it's like a Chrysler Challenger color.
It is like a Mopar color.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you got your little companion in the thing.
Oh, it's a dog hauling truck.
Yeah.
It's a dog hauling truck.
It had a really good sound, like it got a cam in it.
It's got a 383 in it.
383.
Yeah, it's got a little bit much cam in it, more than I want.
Yeah, that I think that's if you didn't hear that, let me say what he said. It's like Mopar. It's one of the colors from a paint from the Mopar back in the early days. And yeah, that's that color green. Really stands out.
Wanted.
Well, it sure sounded good pulling up.
Yeah.
I love catching these kind of vehicles around Ozark.
Yeah, it's been a heck of a project.
You did most of it yourself?
Talking about the dog?
I'm talking about the truck. What's the dog's name?
That's old Haley.
Haley.
She's Haley.
Yeah, looked dead at me when I said it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to roll the window up. She will jump out.
Yeah.
She's done it before.
Well, you sure got it looking pretty.
Well, thank you, sir. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, that's a classic beauty. I had a good friend I grew up with. He actually took me to the car dealer in Indianola, Mississippi. He didn't get a 66, but he got a 65. And yeah, his name was Mr. Goodnight. He hung out at yacht the yacht club on the river right there at Greenville, Mississippi. Yep, that made me think about Mr. Goodnight. He was a really nice guy. Yep. Where'd it go? Hello. Oh, jumped ahead.
A 66.
Yeah.
Oh man, it looks brand new.
Well, we're kind of proud of it.
Yeah, I'm at the beginning of that.
What?
Ambulance. Look at that. I just wanted to show you this while you can see the traffic.
Would you look at this mess? Damn. I just showed you how much the traffic's done grown since I've been here. And this is 4-lane now, and it ain't enough. Look at the traffic. Oh yeah, look at that sign right there. That's gonna be changed. They need 35 mile an hour underneath it and need the word school zone. Well, this is a 35 mile an hour speed zone. One at this end and one all the way down there where the other school is as you're coming off of 65 coming this direction. And it ain't enough. They need to know that there's a school there.
Sending a fire truck to every wreck. It looks like it. If you know, let me know in the comments. Oh, I got the pretty green truck pulling at the come and go. You think I like trucks? Pretty cars? When it's this time of year, I just love videotaping old cars. We've got a lot of people that have some classic cars right here. There's the sign. No school sign on it. Nothing that says school's gone.
Hey, woodpecker, that ain't a tree, that's a damn pole. You ain't gonna get no bugs out of that. You must be slow. Are you a slow learner? He's a slow learner.
Oh, that was just too funny. All right. What time is it? Okay. What else was I supposed to show y'all? Let me think. Um, hmm. Bike ride data, walk-in stuff. Oh, let me show you my sleep data real quick. For you people that want to really realize why Buddy Huggins does what he does and has as much fun as he has, it's because when I'm awake, I'm awake. When I'm asleep, I'm sleeping. Look at these sleep data records. Heart rate 151. Not quite 8 hours that night. That was last night. But let's go back in time a little bit. This is the 11th. Look at that. 9 hours. 8 hours there. And then look at this. the dark blue is deep sleep. 8 hours of deep sleep. That's almost like a world record. Very few people my age can get that quality sleep, but I've been practicing yoga and Kyril yoga for 30 years, quite a while. But my heart rate is resting right now at 45 during this sleep cycle. And very few people that are my age, coming up on 64, can even come anywhere close to touching that. That's elite athletic numbers, unless. And the day before that was the 8th. Just so you can see, that's the 9th, and that's the 8th. 5 hours and 46 minutes. And the total was 8 hours and 32 minutes. And this was 14 hours. Sometimes when you get time to study what your sleep is, look up the information about why is it so important to get sunshine, lay out in the sun, exercise, walk, talk good to yourself, never talk bad to yourself. There's enough people doing that for you. But yeah, sleep is very important. I'm gonna go back through these time zones and look at it. You can see the resting heart rate 48, and we go here. Now that was a quick night's sleep, but I didn't get in bed, and then I got up kind of early. But most of the time, I'm getting everything between 8 and 9, and quality sleep is very important. I'm just gonna run through these numbers real quick and see when my last deep sleep pattern was. That's almost 5 hours there. And this is February the 23rd. These things come in cycles. And in between the cycles, what you're looking for, see this is your dream sleep. This is REM. It'll come in a cycle from that's 2 something AM, and then it got broke up here, but what you want is these solid lines. That means that your body is getting that dream time. And the other color here is light sleep, but they all go together. You want to get a little bit of deep sleep. It always happens at the beginning of the night. But if you never tracked your numbers and know anything about it, you got to get one of them Garmin watches, or they have Fitbits and things like that. It's very important for us to take care of our health, because I guarantee you, if you want longevity and you want to be healthy, if you're not eating right and cooking your own food and eating real food, you got to start. No better time to start than now. Yeah, my average is for my age is off the charts when it comes to my resting heart rate. Especially once I get back into physical shape and I'm riding the bicycle and everything. My resting heart rate is as low as 40 to 43 beats per minute. But I've been practicing yoga. There's two kinds of yoga. One is for the stretching of the body, the joints, the ligaments, and the tendons. And yeah, I get into some figure 8 positions and I hold them for a very long time. But it's as simple as pulling your knee up to your face. It's that it's that simple. I ought to make a video about it. And you'd see me curled up like a pretzel, and you'd be thinking, "Damn, man, he's hurting himself." Yeah. Once you stretch, you go deeper and deeper. It's like you're thinking. Once you start realizing that you are the creator of your reality, and you're doing it whether you're unconscious or you're conscious. I was unconscious for 42 years. I lived my life unconsciously for 42 years. And then I had a conscious Christ awakening. I had a go to Jesus meeting, and it changed my life. If it doesn't change your life and make you healthier, and more at peace. My mind became still. Not going to talk about this too much longer. I'm going to say goodnight, tell you I love you all. And if you want to hear me talk about crazy stuff, that may be coming up here. I'll do a whole show on how I live my life. You live your life the way you want to live it. But man, if you're walking around with that cell phone in your pocket all day long, especially these young people, grown people, cut the damn phones off. What says it's got to be on and in your pocket? It's insanity. We got to get our psychic abilities back supercharged like we did in the 70s. You want to make a phone call, you got to get to the house. And then you picked up a rotary dial phone. You young people don't even know what that is. I remember when they went from rotary dials to push button. Yeah. All right. It's almost been an hour. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here. Oh, I did want to show you this real quick. This is, oh, excuse me. This is the software that I use to make these videos. I'm going to make it go back to the beginning and I'm going to play it and I want you to listen to it and watch it. This has the ability that this is the program I use to make my videos. Ain't that pretty?
I want to show you where I'm at. This is what's left of the road. They stripped it all up, moved a lot of dirt in over here, and now they got all this. So this is going to be one big,
It's going to be one big muddy mess if it rains, but that's okay too. They know that, and the people knows that. We got to get that bridge built, but I want to show you that that's what that is. And yeah, this is the program I use to do that, make my videos. So this video will be up tomorrow, and you can rewatch it and pass it around, share it to people. But I'll teach you how to use the thing. It ain't that hard. If we give up on ourselves that thinks that older people can't learn something new, that ain't the truth. The truth is we're creator beings. When we stop creating, we start wasting away. And when we start wasting away and get sedentary, we get disease. If there's dis-ease in your mind, there's disease in your body. But if there's peace, real peace, not church, not not that stuff that they teach you at church where they don't even explain how important it is to have a still mind and forgive, really forgive yourself and forgive everyone that ever supposedly did anything to you. No one could ever harm you or hurt you. If you really get this, you'll never be the same. It's only your thoughts that have ever caused you any pain because you can't detach from what Sister Sue did to you or Billy Jack down the road did to you. Detaching is the key to yoga. Everybody thinks yoga is about stretching. No, that's just one form of yoga. The second form of yoga is Kaira. Kaira, I might not be pronouncing it right, but it's trust me, it's the most important. That's the practice of self realization of how to be detached from this reality, but at the same time have the love of Christ that is animating through your atoms and your cells and your DNA. It is the thing that gives you longevity with a still mind. You can have peace, but if you can't maintain it over a large span of time, then you practice Kyril yoga and you become very peaceful and very calm. No matter what's going on, it's okay. This whole damn thing is a simulated holographic reality. Nobody ever stopped and told you that AI has always been here. That is what's controlling the matrix, a system that people can't even begin to comprehend until their mind becomes still. And when your mind becomes still, you start realizing everybody's wearing a mask. Everybody is playing games. Have you ever noticed people don't talk to anybody? You look at somebody, they look away. No, I don't do that. You get in my presence, you're going to say, you're going to say hi to me because I'm damn going to say hi to you and ask you how you doing. People don't talk no more. People are afraid to let their emotions be out in front. When you see me, you see exactly who I am. Simple, country boy from Mississippi that got touched by the hand of God and literally became awake and aware to what's really going on in this reality. We've been lied to about everything. And when you ask for wisdom above all things, Father, Mother, God, give me wisdom this day, you're on the road to understanding Kriya Yoga, the yoga of self realization. In the atoms, you are a light body being full of photon love light. And can't nobody take that from you. They can kill you, kill the physical body, but you're an eternal being from the creator of all source. If our Father, Mother, God made it, it's eternal. Big hint. That's the reason we're in a matrix. Because we're soul trapped. And we've been that way for quite a while. But once you wake up and you know this truth, you cannot hide it under a bushel. You have to be the light that you are. And if that offends anyone, you can kiss my foot because peace is not in this world, it's in you. And it's controlled by your thinking. Take control of your thinking, and you'll change your reality. Change the way you think, and you become one with the Father. And you won't be separated in duality. You'll be one, and your mind will become still. And you'll become detached from all those things that seemingly caused you pain and suffering. It's part of the reality of the confusion that you didn't know who you were and much less how to handle it. Look, y'all have a wonderful day. Tune in next time. Let me see, today's Wednesday. I'll probably be back on here Friday at 7 o'clock. Tune in, turn on, and you don't know what the hell I'm going to say because I don't know what I'm going to say. I don't even have a plan. It's okay. We don't have to have somebody else's perfection of what they think a YouTuber is. You can start a YouTube channel and become whoever you want to be, but people stop themselves. I did for a long time, but no. August the 17th, 2003, I woke up and my mind became super still. So still that I knew instantly that I was okay. Y'all be okay. We'll see you on the backside. Thank you for watching my channel. Hit that like button and smash that wait a minute. Smash the like button and subscribe. Yeah, that's what they say. Subscribe. Smash that like button and subscribe and leave a comment. That helps. That helps the algorithm. The hell is an algorithm? Good night. Love you.